Dedicated to my bro that just died here. His name's Bobby Regina. In memory of a fallen bro. Killer Bee Motorcycle Club. Bobby Regina, 2014. May your next life be heavenly full of joy. Greatly loved by all, missed even greater by me. Words from your bro, Mike. Rest in peace, Bobby. I love you, bro.
What's up, Mike? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Cool. All right, so my first question for you is, what is the worst thing in life?
The worst thing in life is feeling lonely for me, or not loved. It's a cross between both. Because the world, when you're alone, it's a very, very hard place. And so as best as I can explain it, like when you're alone out here and it's cold and that, and you got nobody to turn to, you need somebody just to say hi, bye, you need somebody to tell you off. You know? Something that's there. But if you don't have somebody there, it's rough. Days, minutes become days become hours, and then eventually everything goes great. And then you go into these mood swings, depression, you don't eat, you know. So that would be my answer for that question.
Does anything come into mind as a memory, one point in your life where it was most lonely?
I went to the penitentiary and they stuck me in segregation because of the severity of the charge. They wanted to make sure I didn't have suicide. And I was quite young at the time and I didn't really know how to do time back then. So, long story short was they kept me in solitary confinement and I never felt so alone. Like they had a little slot in the window. They would open it up and look in every 15 minutes and then close it. But I try to talk, you know, just for some interaction.
Yeah.
And they're cold. You know what I mean? And that would be my example of that. It was like really rough. Really rough for a guy like me.
Do you think there's any way, any small changes they could make, like a small change that could make a big difference in the penitentiary system to make it better, to make it more useful?
Actually, to be honest with you, the penitentiary system is geared to revolve. If you understand what I'm saying. They'll kick you out early for you to fuck up. Excuse my French. Deteriorating attitude, this, that, you know what I mean? It's basically a revolving door. Like, they'll push you out to make room for the next guys, and then they'll bring you back in on at least a little excuse to fill up another bed. It's commodity. The bodies are commodity. It's a big business.
So, to shift it a bit, I asked you what's the worst part of life. What's the best part of life?
The best part of life?
Oh, one moment, just so I can hear you. Yes.
I would say the best part of life is just having a nice, good day, a couple of friends with you, or maybe even a girl, a smile, a rainbow, just a feeling of goodness inside me. That can make my day. Geez, you really got me on this question, but all that. But as far as I'm concerned, my best day is when I came to terms of what I have, what I got to work with, and my belief in God. And as soon as I came to terms with that, things have been a lot better. And I've met a lot of good people now. And that brings joy to my heart. And even though I struggle in life, if I can do something good for somebody, see, people get freaked out. I'll be panhandling all day, or I'll be stealing, whatever I gotta do to make that buck to eat. And then I will go around and help somebody else out. And they'll be like, whoa, no. But you know what? That makes me feel good.
Just a second ago, you were eating your burger and you saw one of your buddies sitting down and you gave him half of your burger.
Well, that's the way it is. You see, like, a lot of these guys are grimy around here, right? They'll take. But you know what? I'm not wired that way. I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna change no matter what. I'm me, I'm nice, I'm just a guy that had a rough, shaken life. But you know what? I'm not whining about it. I'm just carrying on. You know what I mean? I'm carrying on. And like you said with that guy, He's a good guy. He's did me good. It's like, you ever watch that movie Pay Forward?
Yep.
That's what I like. I really strongly believe it. If I can do something nice to somebody, and somebody else does something nice to somebody, then the great faces start becoming familiar faces, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's a nicer place. Even that smile that you just gave me, that made me smile inside. Instead of just walking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really helps. You'd be surprised.
You said something about the time where you began to understand your scenario and believe in God to
Yeah.
be great for you. Is there a moment where you remember that really was, God is real and God is for me?
A clarity moment?
Yeah.
I was really sick in the St. Mike's Hospital over there. I had endocarditis. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No.
What happened was I was shooting OxyContins. Now you have bacteria on your skin. That's why the nurse always wipes with alcohol. Well, if you don't wipe with alcohol, you have a chance of putting the bacteria from your skin into your blood.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. It traveled and lodged in my heart. Made my heart swell 2.5 times the size that it normally should be. It damaged my tricuspid valve, whatever that. Basically, when your heart pumps, it goes opens and closes like that. My heart goes like this now, opens and halfway closes. So just picture a wave going up the beach and back in. You're not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be just going in and pushed out. Mine's going kind of like a wave in and out, which is causing a murmur.
And when you were sick and in the hospital, you began to pray, or
Well, I was really sick, and everybody thought that was it, man. I was done. I was in, right? And they induced a coma on me, and I woke up, and I got some strength, nobody was around, and I walked over to the sink, that little paper towel thing, because
Yeah.
they didn't have a mirror there in that room. And when I seen the paper towel thing, I seen a reflection. I go, what the heck's on my forehead? My mom gave me the last rites. And then I started thinking about it and stuff like that. And then I started saying a prayer in my head, little prayers, Basically, it's like talking in my head.
Yeah.
And I firmly believe that there's a God up there, because for so much good, it has to be coming from somewhere, right? There's good and evil, of course, yes. There's bad and good, right? But good, I don't have good and bad. And if I have to believe in something, I'm the type of person that has to believe in something. I cannot believe in nothing. I have to believe in something to, it's kind of like a self-check, self-pull-up kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's like self-meds. It's a really nice thing.
Well, the way I usually like to ask questions is 3 main ones. I've already asked you 2. What's the
Keep
worst
asking.
thing in life? What's the best thing in life?
Mm-hmm.
And the third thing has to do with God. What do you think happens after life?
I think after life, we gotta wait around for a while until, like the Bible says, until Jesus Christ comes back down. Revelations, all that stuff. The devil runs, has his little dime. I really strongly believe in that. And I read the Revelations. That's the only part of the Bible, if you read it, in Revelations, it says you will be blessed by reading it. If you actually read it, you'll see it. It says you're actually being blessed by reading it and trying to understand it. And I kind of forgot what you were saying there, but
What do you think happens after life?
what I think happens after life, I think there's going to be a battle over good and evil, and good is always going to triumph. It's already in writing already, right? And I like to be on a winning team for God. I don't want to be on no more losing. I firmly believe hell is on earth. You know that saying, hell's on earth?
Yeah.
Well, I've had my hell. I want a piece of nice vacation spot in heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want what any decent, honorable human being wants. I want something that will help me feel some sort of movement inside. I've had a lot of bad things happen to me, and I think I'm due for something good, you know what I mean? And because of here, it's always a struggle. I have good times and bad times, don't get me wrong, but from what I've been reading in that Bible, every day is a good day. In there. You understand? And people really, really genuinely love you up there. It's not a fair weather friend kind of thing. It's like guaranteed love, not fake love. Only when the good times. You know, when the bad times, oh, see you later. You know? No. I know that in my heart. I feel it in my heart. I hope it in my heart. It's all boils down to faith, cuz.
So, since you've read the Bible and that part about every day is a good day, do you feel like every day is a good day?
No. Realistically, no. There's not every day is a good day. I wake up sometimes, rats bite me here. I'm hungry. Some days things don't click together.
Yeah.
And it's a miserable, long, hard day. Winter here was really brutal. Winter here, sleeping here, -20 last winter, it was hard. And people say, why don't you go to a hostel? Well, you know what's in the hostels nowadays? Crack dealers preying on everybody in there. People
like the shelters?
Yes, it's mostly crack dealers, crack users. If you walk down George Street, I kid you not, there's 10, 15 guys sitting on the front cement there, smoking crack, dealing crack, 10 feet from the window. The guys staff can actually see them. People get robbed there, beat up there, stabbed there. Who wants to be there? You gotta walk. It's like walking the gauntlet. You know? And for me, who has a drug problem, that's trying to keep away from drugs, like now I'm on the methadone program, it would be
suicide.
foolish because it's thrown in your face. What happens if I have a weak day?
Yeah.
That's what I'm scared of. That's why I avoid the place as much as possible. And I'm not just talking the George Street one. That is the worst one. That's the underpit of the world here, right? Of Toronto. That is the underpit of Toronto, George Street.
George Street and what?
Well, it's above Dundas, in between Dundas and the other street there, where the big park is. Okay. It's just a little strip.
Yeah.
And it's nothing but crack dealers, winos, druggies, people shooting up. Like it's crazy there. And the staff walking in there like nothing. It's a little piece of hell. Satan would be proud of that shit. That's why they call Seton House, they call it Satan's house. Street where we call it Satan's house.
Well, earlier when we were having lunch, the thing about, current Mayor Ford came on.
Yeah.
Is this part of the reason, you having a bit of experience, why you couldn't accept somebody who does that as the mayor? And what do you think about what kind of mayor should we have?
We should have an honest, decent mayor. We shouldn't have a mayor that's drug dependent. You know, like personally, like some people should argue, so hey, as long as he does his job, who cares what he's doing on recreation time? But no, if you're taking that sort of a position, you're in the eyes of the public. You're supposed to be setting an example. And now, Canada has a very highly respectable name, but we're multicultural, we're freedom, we're a friendly country. Now, what about the rest of the world looking at this guy? Oh, look at Toronto's mayor, he's a crackhead. A crackhead! Think about it. How would they think? They'll think Toronto's a joke. After all that building up, and after all that experience of making our city the way how good it is now, for this bum that couldn't, keep his laundry inside his own house.
Do you think that if he kept it quiet and was able to, keep it quiet, imagine you were the only person in the world who knew that he has done crack.
You know what? If he ain't hurting anybody and he's doing his job to his big thing, I would kind of like turn a blind eye. As long as he ain't really strung out and he's using all the tax people and money. Because that's eventually going to happen. You know that. He's going to write bad checks, phony investments, something to pay off the dealers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know what I mean? That's just craziness. Who wants to see a mayor that represents Toronto? Bottom line, who wants to have a mayor that's a crackhead? Do you want to look our great city, look at it as a joke? Because that's the way I would look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want our city to be that. We're too good of a city to have it to look like that.
Is there anywhere else that you'd rather live in Toronto?
I like up north. It's peaceful, you know, for like obvious reasons. Up north, you know, wilderness, that kind of stuff. But I really like warm weather places. When I was younger, I went down to Florida, and it was really nice. Had a really good time. Went to Walt Disney, all that crap. You know what I mean? It was a good trip, right? 2.5 weeks. My mom brought us down there, and it was nice when I was young. So yeah, I like places where it's warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have like, you know, bad bones and aches and pains. So it'd be nice to live in a place where it's nice and warm.
All right, Mike. Well, I thank you very much, man.
Well, thank you too, and it was good meeting you. And hopefully, maybe one day, you might see me on that TIFF show or something. I don't know. Maybe it's my big break. There you go, brother.
Thank you,
Take it
Mike.
easy. Anytime.